today's news, ADAEJAH says she's coming back even stronger after semi-finals at the World Athletics Championships. 82,217 BANCO clients affected in cyber attack. Christian Council P.R.O. debunks claims that council is weak and activity signals the peak of hurricane season. Of yours, these and more stories when 284 News return.
Is that my lunch? Is that my lunch?
We're like the coworker that doesn't eat your lunch.
I'm John. I'm John.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Is someone gonna get that?
Hello.
Hello. So nice of you to have cleaned up for us. Hi, baby.
We're like in-laws that don't show up unannounced.
Don't worry, I've got this.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Welcome viewers to the Friday, August 25th edition of 284 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. Leading today's news, after an impressive display at the World Athletics Championships in Budapest, Hungary, 17-year-old ADAEJAH has vowed to return much stronger and harder. ADAEJAH left it all on the track in the semi-finals of the women's 200-meter event, where she finished 7th in Heat 2 with a time of 22.96 seconds on Thursday. She was ranked 20th of the 24 athletes who made the semi-finals. Following the race, she spoke to the media on how her overall performance and experience at the championships was.
The experience was well. I definitely felt what it would feel like to be on the big stage under the lights. You know, it's crazier than it seems on TV. Like, oh, I could do that. No, you can't. I mean, yes, you can. Of course, work towards it. Like I'm about to go do right now after I get off this break. I'm coming back even stronger, even harder. My training is not going to be as hectic. Practicing for a whole year straight. But it's all cool. Like, I'm proud of myself for being here right now. Most of them practice there, like Shakari, Kenny trains at Montverde. So we just banter at practice. We just like keep it back and forth. Like, I can race you right now. And we just keep it joking and laughing all the time.
Mahaj, who is one of the fastest junior athletes in the world this year, spoke on the training she endured to prepare for the World Athletics Championships.
It was tough. Florida is one of the hottest states in the U.S. We just be out there all day, all night. Well, not all night though, but like all day, 3 hours a day. There was one day we was out there 5 hours. Yeah, but it's okay because I'm proud that I put in the work. I'm proud that I stayed committed to what I wanted to do, and being here is like the most amazing feeling right now as a semi-finalist.
When it comes to representing the British Virgin Islands, ADAEJAH spoke on what it means to her to rep the territory on the world stage.
This is my home. I grew up here since I grew up here until I was 8, and then I moved to the U.S. But my culture's still with me. My mom still cooks BVI food. I still listen to BVI music. It was heartbreaking that I missed my carnival, the 69. But like, it's okay. I knew I had bigger fish to fry, and I knew I had goals to beat.
The high schooler also revealed some of her athletic goals for the near future, one of which includes medaling at the Olympic Games.
I just hope to achieve bigger things, you know. Like I said, I really want an Olympic medal. I know I have to work really hard for that. There's a lot of big names right now, a lot of people twice my age, no disrespect. But like, I just think I have it in me. I think I have the talent. And my godmom always said I'm destined for greatness, so might as well just put in the work to be greatness.
Recent cyber attacks of one of the big 4 audit firms in the United States, PricewaterhouseCoopers, have left more than 82,000 clients of the Banco Popular de Puerto Rico exposed, with their personal data now in the possession of the hackers. According to the reports, the audit firm confirmed 2 cyber attacks over the last 2 months that have been connected to a well-known Russian-linked organization known as Clop Ransomware Gang that targeted a file-sharing software named MoveIt, which is widely used by auditing firms. Following the attack, the ransomware gang threatened to release the stolen data on a public website if their demands were not met. The cyber attacks reportedly affected several of PwC's clients, including Banco Popular de Puerto Rico, which, according to a notice filed with the Maine Attorney General, was affected on July 24, 2023. Banco Popular de Puerto Rico confirmed the breach and revealed that the compromised personal information included names, social security numbers, mortgage loan numbers, and mortgage-related fields. But the bank said, and I quote, "The breach involved the compromise of a software MoveIt used by PwC to transfer files for a small number of its clients, including Banco Popular de Puerto Rico," stated the bank in letters to its customers. The bank also explained its use of auditing services by firms such as PwC, since it is publicly listed as a company. What the job of auditing Popular requires, due to its nature, that Popular share client information so that PwC can perform certain independent validations necessary for Popular to issue financial statements, the bank stated. But as it relates to the British Virgin Islands, it is unclear whether the cyber attacks has impacted Banco Popular's BVI branch and its customers. But 284 Media reached out to the management of the local branch to confirm if Banco Popular BVI was affected by the data breach, but was informed that they were not at liberty to speak to the media on the matter. But we were therefore directed to contact the corporate office in Puerto Rico for answers relating to the breach, but were unsuccessful up until the publication of this report. But over the past few days, Banco customers have been reporting that they are having issues accessing their accounts on the bank's mobile and online platforms. Well, up next, Christian Council P.R.O. debunks claims that council is weak and activity signals peak of hurricane season. But these and more stories after a word from our sponsors.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I hot. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Is business slow, cash flow down, hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media at cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Welcome back, viewers. During the 69th Emancipation Festival, Chairman of the VI Heritage Committee, Reverend Dr. Melvin A. Turnbull, who also sits as the Public Relations Officer for the BVI Christian Council, debunked claims that the council was weak and silent on matters pertaining to the territory. Well, he was at the time speaking to our Ron Grant, who stated that there is a perception of hypocrisy in the community when the council appears to only speak on matters of interest to them.
Well, first of all, let it be known that I'm a new officer.
A new member, okay, fair enough.
And so I have a big job, that is to reshape and shape the council. and to make sure that we are addressing not some but all of the issues. I will disagree with you in the sense that we have been silent. True, maybe not as a body making statements and so forth, but you would know that I, for one, have always been vocal, have always been active, and always speaking out. So as far as the council is concerned, I can't speak for the council at this point. What I do know is that we have a lot of work to do. We try to make sure that we restructure and we be stronger together. The matter of same-sex is a very topical issue. I have spoken out very strongly about gambling and a whole lot of other issues, and there are other pastors as well who've done the same. But as proper, the Christian Council may have not been as active as it should have been. That has been changing, and it will continue to change. And so I'm not going to spread any negative light on the Christian Council. And people have their opinions because we live in a democracy. I understand that. We cannot address and talk about every issue. However, I do agree that it seems like the church has been silenced.
But Turnbull adamantly stated his take on issues such as violence, gambling, and same-sex marriage, and said moving forward, the council will seek to be more vocal and present.
I myself have been saying that. Where is the church? Why aren't we speaking up more? And here's the irony, Ron. The same folks that criticize the council or the church for being silent also criticize the Christian Council and the church for speaking up. What do you want?
Okay.
And that's why we have to take our mandate not from the public, but from the master. It's not every issue that we can address, but we definitely need to take a stand. And so when it comes to violence, we speak out against that. When it comes to gambling, we speak out against that.
Turnbull took the time to call on all leaders across the territory to take a stand.
We minister to all people. However, we need to understand, for me, when God speaks, I don't have an opinion. And the Bible is very clear about same-sex marriage. Romans chapter 1, verses 26 on down, speaks expressly as well as other passages of Scripture. So I don't have an opinion when God speaks. God has already spoken. It's a question of whether we want to follow God or we want to follow our own whims and fancy. So here's the thing. While we speak out against same-sex, we need people to understand that we love all people and minister to all people. And if anybody has really been categorizing anybody, it's not the church. It is these minority groups who feel that they must impose their will on everybody. We don't do that.
Okay.
But they do that. We don't call names, but they do that. And then we are criticized for that. So if we have a standard, let's keep it. We're losing a lot. There's abuse, a lot of abuse going on. And the list goes on and on.
I agree with you.
We are, as it were, facing a crisis of leadership. And no, before you start pointing fingers, I'm not talking about politicians and preachers, though they are included. I'm asking, where are the civic leaders? Where are the people with conscience? Where are the people with convictions? Because we must hold the politicians, we must hold the preachers, we must hold the territory responsible. We can't sit back and say, let them do it. And when they do not do what we want them to do, we criticize and we get bent out of shape. We have got to be active all of the time. It can't just be a few of us. We need more of us on board.
Reverend Turnbull said, amidst all the issues we are facing, there is a bigger issue at hand.
There's a bigger issue here. When I was growing up, as I said to someone in a different forum, it was easy, because you're talking about confusion. It was easy for me because the church said one thing, the school said the same thing, and the society said the same thing. So all three entities were on the same wavelength. There was a standard. There were some things you did, some things you didn't do.
So the church and the state were not separated?
Well,
or they were not two?
You see,
two entities.
That's another narrative that people get confused when they talk about separation of church and state. The only problem is when the state get into the church. The church must be in the state.
He also stated that it's time for solutions and putting an end to divisiveness in our society.
Yes, for me, the problem and the issue is much bigger. The violence, for example, because all of this comes from this, because a lot of the music promote that. It's a matter of the home. The question is, the leaders I talked about, civic leaders, they didn't include parents. Where are our parents? Are we raising our children, or are we allowing someone else to do so? There's a problem when mom and daughter are coming home at the same time, wee hours of the morning. It's a problem when we are working so much that we don't have time to sit down and talk. It's a problem when we don't even consult the scriptures, have devotions as a family. It's a big issue.
Okay.
So how do we fix this? Because I'm more into solution. I can talk about all the stuff that are happening. And I would say, because like I said, I don't like the spotlight. I just like to be the light. And of course, if you're light, you're going to be conspicuous. I wish, and this is part of the dialogue that we must continue to have, and going back to the Christian Council, this P.R.O, this is part of my assignment to make sure that we have some conversations and address all these issues in a holistic fashion and getting us all on the same page. We're going to have differences, and this is the problem. For me, the bigger problem we're having is the divisiveness of our society. We are dividing ourselves too much in so many different ways, whether it be music, whether it be whatever. And for me, this whole theme that we have selected is so relevant, and it came out of a struggle, stronger together.
For the full interview, visit all 284 media platforms. Well, in a recent statement released by the Department of Disaster Management, officials noted the rapid escalation of activity within the Atlantic Basin over the past weekend. But this surge in activity serves as a clear indication that the region is entering the peak of the hurricane season. While the increased activity might raise concerns, residents of the Virgin Islands can take a sigh of relief as none of the systems that emerged posed a threat to the territory. According to the statement, most of these systems remain situated out in the Atlantic, positioned to the north and east of the Virgin Islands. But this fortunate outcome can be attributed to the prevailing steering conditions in the Atlantic, primarily influenced by a high-pressure system that shifted eastward. With this eastward movement provided ample space for the systems to traverse without endangering the territory. Notably, Tropical Storm Franklin stood as the exception to this trend. Originating as a wave, it gradually developed into a cyclone that entered the region, making a distinct event within the recent activities. We're looking ahead, the focus shifts to potential developments in the Western Caribbean and off the African coast. Our current models suggest that these are the areas to watch for potential system formation. However, as the region awaits the complete departure of Tropical Storm Franklin, the aftermath of the weekend's system is expected to bring about hotter conditions. With the moisture pulled away by the recently developed systems is likely to be attributed or to contribute to this rise in temperature. Well, authorities assure the public that diligent monitoring of the main development region will continue, with updates being provided as the situation necessitates. Well, up next, BVI and USVI without broadcast rights for World Athletics Championships, and will Pirates and Synergy defend their softball national titles, or will power outage and sparks cause upsets? With these stories, when 284 News return.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
son.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must stop cut fun to people.
It's okay. I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Is someone gonna get that?
Hello.
Hello. So nice of you to have cleaned up for us. Hi, baby.
We're like in-laws that don't show up unannounced.
Don't worry. I've got this.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Is that my lunch? Is that my lunch?
We're like the coworker that doesn't eat your lunch.
I'm John. I'm John.
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Well, the Customer Service Care Center has fully relocated to the first floor of the BURHYM building on DeCastro Street in Rotown. The new location allows the center's customer service specialists to provide an enhanced level of service delivery to clients from a more central location. Well, Deputy Governor Mr. David Archer Jr. sees the center's new home as a step towards offering the best service to customers, as it is now easily accessible and persons can fully benefit from the walk-in services it offers. Well, Customer Service Manager Ms. Abara Brown said the center's new space allows for the easy reception of feedback from customers, increased visibility, and enhanced monitoring of the Government of the Virgin Islands service delivery tools. But the Customer Service Care Center connects individuals to the government's services, including appointment bookings, switchboard operation, and email and inquiry responses. But customers are also able to enjoy a hassle-free process when doing business with the Government of the Virgin Islands. For the World Athletics Championships 2023, the biggest track and field event of the year, kicked off on Saturday, August 19th in Budapest, Hungary. However, many fans in the Caribbean region, including the British Virgin Islands, are unable to watch the live action as no public broadcaster in their location has secured the rights to air the event. But the World Athletics Championships feature some of the world's best athletes, including many stars from the Caribbean, such as Shelly Ann Fraser, Shericka Jackson, Antonique Strayham, Kinova Davis, Julian Alfred, Michael Joseph, and the British Virgin Islands' own ADAEJAH Hodge and Kyron McMaster. But the event runs until Sunday, August 27th and will showcase 49 disciplines across 9 days. However, unlike previous editions of the championships, a number of Caribbean countries have no official broadcaster. According to sources, the rights holders has not been able to find a suitable partner to distribute the event. Well, this means that many fans across the Caribbean have to rely on alternative ways to watch the event, such as online streaming platforms or VPN services. Unfortunately, these options may not be accessible or affordable for everyone. But the lack of broadcast rights for the World Athletics Championships 2023 reflects a broader trend of challenges facing sports broadcasting in the Caribbean. According to a recent paper by Jason Haynes, sports broadcast rights in the region are subject to a complex legal and regulatory issues such as intellectual property protection, competition law, public interest considerations, and consumer rights. Moreover, the Caribbean market is often seen as less attractive or profitable by global rights holders. and broadcasters who may prioritize larger or more lucrative regions. The situation has left many Caribbean sports fans frustrated and disappointed as they miss out on watching their favorite athletes and teams compete on the global stage. Some have called for more intervention and cooperation from regional bodies, including governments, CARICOM, and the CBU, to secure better deals and ensure wider access to sports broadcasting in the future. Viewers, to our final story, where the question is, will the reigning champions, Synergy and Pirates, successfully defend their titles in the 2023 National Fast Pitch League Championships? Or will Sparks and Power Outage deliver upsets in the women's and men's divisions respectively to be crowned the new champions? But that question will be answered in the upcoming days as the best of 5 series commence this evening at the E. Warren Broley Ballpark in Rotown, Tortola. The first championship match will see the undefeated Synergy taking on Sparks at 6:30 p.m. The two-time reigning champs Synergy defeated Lady Wings in the playoffs 2-0 to reach the championships and will be aiming for a three-peat if they successfully defeat newcomers Sparks. But Sparks was the first of the women's team to make it to the championships, and after defeating West End Warriors via a forfeiture, which was decided in the playoff due to a series of medical injuries or medical emergencies. Meanwhile, in the men's division, the Pirates defeated Storm 13-3 last Saturday via mercy rule to win the best of 3 playoff series 2-1. Well, here's a look at the winning moments of that game.
Oh, you're not the silent.
Pirates Lebron Cerule, who hit 2 home runs in the game, as well as captain Devon Bedford, spoke to Andre Shadow Dawson following the win.
Lebron Cerule hit 2 homers and the game with a 3-run shot. Tell us about your performance tonight.
I just went home and made a little adjustments. Like my captain being in my ear telling me I wasn't living up to his, expectations, so I had to come and change the narrative.
So tell us about the 2 home runs, the first one and the second one. What kind of pitch?
The first one was riser, second one the same thing too, but then he already gave up though. So,
yes.
Yeah, it was calling a night.
All right, Zabedo, the catcher. Tell us how you feel about your team when now you're going to the finals.
This is about to happen. I mean, he had a kind of interview, going to be close game, again be this, again be that. I know once my team come ready, locked in, ain't no team could play no close game out there.
Okay, so now you're going to play on Power Outage for the championship. You're going to go on record to say this is sweet?
Yeah, I can go on record to say it's a sweet.
All right, you don't waste no time?
No, we come getting in and out.
In the other game, Power Outage swept VG Heat in their series 2-0 to be first of the men's team to head to the championships. But Dawson also caught up with Power Outage to get their take on their journey to the finals.
The winning team, Power Outage, manager on my right, Roy Barry. This was an up and down game. Just tell us how you feel about your team performance and the victory.
I'm happy to be the progress we made, but our pitcher was a bit wild, but he stuck with it. He continued to pitch. He stayed consistent in his pitches and we came out victorious.
The winning pitcher, lefty. What a struggle, but you went the distance. Tell us how you feel about the overall victory.
I ain't gonna doubt in my team and thing. I could have been consistent a little more with the strikes and thing, but it was a good game and both teams fight, so end up a good game, end up a draw.
Both the Pirates and Power Outage each have 3 titles, with Pirates winning in 2015, 2016, and 2022, while Power Outage rose to victory in 2017, 2020, and 2021. But their best of 5 playoff series games will commence at 8:45 p.m. this evening. But that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com. And like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Bye-bye.